Hello again everybody, I'm out here recording this video as a request from my friend Trey. Trey is a horse archery instructor for I believe it's the Horse Archery Association of the Americas, or the World Horse Archery Association. He's displayed on their page. And Trey lives down in Texas, and he wanted me to make a video showing the different types of Native American style bows there is, and their pros and cons. So if you don't know Trey and you're interested in horse archery, it would be nice that you add him on Facebook. Even if it's not for his horse archery, the guy posts some hilarious comments, so go ahead and add him. And let's get started with this. The first two bows I'm going to get started with are the Cherokee longbow and the Sudbury style bow. Both of these bows come from the same area of the eastern United States, and they're pretty much both D bows. They're very similar. As you can see, they're all strung up, and even the brace height is the same, and they're about the same length. The Sudbury style bow is a little different though. It has a wider limb. It's almost 2 inches wide. The original is about a 1 7/8 of an inch at its widest point, which would be the mid limb area. And as you can see from the side profile, the Sudbury bow is thicker, so that means that it does not bend in this area. The Cherokee style longbow is just a very uniform thickness, and it tapers up until the tips, and this makes this bow bend in the handle because it's very uniform. So that's pretty much the fundamental difference. This bow does not bend in the handle, and this one does. Some of the advantages you can get with the non-bending handle is that you don't have as much hand shock if you're using lighter arrows, for example a river cane arrow like the Cherokees would use. And with this one, you would have a lot of hand shock. However, that can be offsetted if you use a very heavy arrow. So if you're going to war and you want to make sure you get some penetration, you want to use this one because you can use a heavier arrow, and you're going to make sure that energy is transferred to whatever you're shooting at. Also, you can make, if you're the bow maker, you can make this one slightly shorter because it's bending in the handle. So it also has a very good use with hunting if the bow is made, let's say 60 inches as opposed to 67 inches. The war bows were longer, about 72 inches, 75 inches. That way they could get up and weigh up around 70, 75, 80 pounds of draw weight. And the Sudbury bow, it's one of the most efficient designs for a 55-pound bow. So it has been tested. The traditional bowlers Bible, I believe, they tested it, and they found that the ideal weight for a Sudbury style bow would be 55 pounds. So 55 pounds at around 28 inches would be a great weight for this Sudbury style bow. And the only thing I found that I did not like, I took a Sudbury style bow hunting this past year, and in the big brush here in California, we have all the conifers and all in the forest. It gets tangled with the leaves, and you also get pretty tired of carrying such a large bow after hiking 5, 6, 7 miles. So even though we say it's not that heavy or whatever, after you walk for so long up and down hills, you kind of start feeling it in your shoulders here. Anyway, that's it for these two bows. Next up, I'm going to put these over here. I have the Native American horse bow. This is an Osage orange bow, and it's sinew back as well as snakeskin back. So one of these bows back in the old days, it was worth 1 horse. So a good horse bow is worth 1 or 2 horses, and this actually takes a lot more work than these do, because with this one you have to bend this, make sure that you get the shape, and then I have a little bit of some working recurves here at the ends, and usually they were just the they would only have the setback handle. Most of the bows I've seen anyways in my books and in the museum catalogs, they only have the setback handle. It's not too common to find this recurve here at the end. But anyways, this bow was designed to be on horseback. That's why it's so short. You don't want to hit your horse when you're moving this around or shooting at your enemy. And also this is designed to shoot at 10-15 yards. You can shoot it farther and be accurate with it with enough practice, but it's this short, and you just get it and draw it not as far as this one. These draw about, you can draw them up to 30 inches, 28 inches, 26 inches. This one's only draw length for this one is about 20 inches, maximum 22 inches. But you go ahead and draw it and release right when you feel that bow stacking, which means it's almost at its peak drawing. And when I unstring this bow, it actually has a setback, which makes it a little faster. It also makes its initial draw weight. It makes the initial draw weight a little heavier. And then with these working recurves, I put them in there because I wanted to reduce the stack. And so when I start pulling it right here, it starts getting a little lighter. But then once I move out to about 19 inches, I feel a little bit of a stack. That's when I kind of release. So I only draw this bow about 19 inches. If I really want to take it up to shoot, I do the 20 or the 21. But that's just pushing this bow. Also, the great thing about the sinew is that it'll when it shrinks, it pulls the bow into more of a reflex. So that's kind of like fiberglass right there. It makes your bow shoot faster. The sinew is there like a muscle, so every time you flex it, it's gonna want to go back to the original shape. So it launches the arrow a little faster than if it were a salve bow. And the only bad thing I see, the only con with this style of bow is that the sinew, if it gets really moist in the air or it gets wet, it might delaminate out of the bow because the bond between the sinew and the wood is held together. It's held together with hide glue, which is water based, and so when water gets into that, it kind of goes back into the original stage, and it pretty much the bond is eliminated once that happens. And so that's about it for this bow. One of the other things I wanted to mention with the Sudbury style bow is that this bow is going to go to the Virginia History Museum. They're going to be getting this bow in a few weeks, and this one's not done yet, like I said before. I still have to seal it with bear grease and make a rawhide string for it. This right here is my Tillerine string, which I use to test the bow, and I have to shoot a few shots out of this one still, but it's pretty much done. It's about 43-44 pounds at 28 inches, and I absolutely love this little bow. It has about half an inch of string follow once it's unstrung, but no big deal. It's a pretty nice shooting bow, pretty hard shooter, and I hope you guys at the Virginia History Museum. Finally, we got Les Longbow's Archer's Egyptian composite bow. This is a deflex style bow right here, and it's got the buffalo horn on the back, on the belly of the bow. All I need to do to this bow is back it with some sinew. It's gonna have about 4 ounces of sinew on it once it's done, and that's about it. I just wanted to show you guys this little project that I've been working on as well. So thanks for watching the video, and tune in next time for more of an update on this one. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you.